Russia is increasing the fierce fight that they are giving to the Ukrainian people. China is in the play. Taiwan may be next. We are living through history. It is actually history in the making. Again today, Russia bombed a place where innocent kids were just trying to get better. No hope, fear rushed through the Ukrainian people, but also bravery. The president and the Ukrainian people said that they're going to fight. They're not going to give up. They're not going to back down. Although the American people is not doing the one thing that they're asking. They're not asking us to come fight. They're not asking us to go and take out Putin. They're not asking the American troops to come and secure their border. They're just asking for what was promised to them, and that is weaponry to fight, weapons to defend themselves, weapons to kill the ones who try to kill them. But today, we see that yet again, America is leading from behind. To come out to say that Poland did not speak to us about what they were doing, America, we're no longer the leader of the free world. Now we're just another member of NATO trying to catch up with everyone else. In the land that is freer than any other country in the world, in the land that you have your rights to live the way that you want to live, in the land that you have your right to believe the way you want to believe, that land is now the mockery of the world. Watch this space. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of MJ Live. I am your host, Micah-Jamal. You can please go ahead and follow me on all social media at I am Micah-Jamal. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Just did a TikTok. When Truth let us in, we're going to be on Truth. Whatever social media that you platform that you're on, you can follow us at I am Micah-Jamal. If you would like to support the cause, you can support the cause using any of the following: Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App at I am Micah-Jamal. Just make it so easy for everyone. I would like to say thank you for all the supporters that are out there who gave last year to the multitude of events that we had to give back to the community. Last year, we raised $5,575 in order for us to give back to the community. And I just want to say thank you guys. We was able to feed people, we was able to clothe people, we was able to just give them a coat because it was cold. So I thank you guys for all that you do and believing in me. Tonight, not going to be long, but listen guys, we are living in history. Before we get started, go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and share the video, if you will, on your page so people know that we're on. Please go subscribe to our YouTube channel at I am Micah-Jamal. I know you guys are tired of me saying this, but I will never forget last year we were booming. I think we hit right at 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers. The videos was had over 1 million minutes, 1 million hours, because I think we had to get 90,000 hours, but 1 million hours of viewership because certain videos, me being stupid, went viral, and then we woke up one day and YouTube they just took the sword of cancel culture and stab us in the heart. But it's okay. We got to fight like hell to get back, but we are getting back one subscriber and one view at the time. So thank you guys so much. So let's go ahead and talk about what we need to talk about tonight, and then I'm going to get out the way. Before I get started, starting tomorrow, March the 10th through the 31st, MJ Fitness March Madness. If you're trying to get your body right for the summer, sadly to say, but you are a little too late. But you can shed a couple of pounds and sculpt your body to look similar to what you want it to look. And you have to start today, guys. Summer is just around the corner. Spring is almost up, so you need to start today. And I say almost up because it seems like spring and summer go by just like that. But it's almost over, although it's just going to start it. But you need to start today. So join us tomorrow, 7 a.m. will be our first live that I'm going to take you through the workouts that you need to do for 1 week. 7 days you'll do these workouts in the morning. Then 7 p.m. I'm going to take you through the workouts you're going to do in the evening. Then the following Thursday, I'm going to do the same thing. And then the following Thursday, I'm going to do the same thing. It's 21 days. You do not need any equipment whatsoever that you don't already have. You're going to need your floor. You're going to need your couch or your chair. And that's all. And I'm going to walk you guys through it. And you just do those exercises once in the morning, once in the evening. We'll talk about your eating. We'll talk about what to drink. And we're going to get these bodies right for the summer. So let's dive right in. You guys can believe it or not, but we are literally living through history in the making. This, guys, is how the people felt back in World War I and World War II. And I'm going to say some things tonight that you may not agree with. And I'm going to say some things tonight that I don't agree with, that I've heard, but they have valid points. This is my prediction. And guys, I hope this prediction that I am wrong, but only time will tell. I do believe that this is the start of the next world war. Why do I say that? One or two things are going to happen. Either Putin is going to kill President Zelensky, or whatever his name is, the Ukraine president, take over Ukraine, and still have a war because the Ukrainian people are not going to buy out easily. And this is going to be another Afghanistan that's going to last another 15 to 20 years. Or this is going to be the entry or the genesis of the World War III. Why do I say that? Because it is no solution right now at this table or on the table that's going to change the mindset of Putin. And I think we felt as a country, and the administration felt as leaders, not giving the Ukrainian people the tools they needed in order to defend themselves from Russia. And a lot of people are saying, oh my gosh, you cannot blame it on Joe Biden. It happened way before Joe Biden. And I agree with that to a certain point. The Trump administration did not do enough. The Obama administration definitely did not do enough. And of course, the Bush administration was so focused on Afghanistan that they couldn't focus on anything else. So what I'm saying is this. The issue that I have with the Biden administration is that they neglected to send the weapons needed in order for Ukraine to defend themselves because they feared that it will embolden Putin and push Putin to invade Ukraine. And we're seeing the same thing happening now. We don't want to see this and we don't want to see that because it's going to push Putin to do something else. It's going to push Putin to say, well, that means you guys are raging war on me. So I have to defend myself and my country. But Putin already said that the declaration of war was in the sanctions. But yet and still, we are neglecting to send the necessary aid in order to allow these people to take the Russians out. So either we're going to give the Ukrainian people the tools that they need to take the Russians out, or we're going to have to take them out. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. Do I think that we need to be involved in other countries' squabbles? I don't. I don't believe that America should be the policeman of the world. However, we made a promise to the Ukrainian people that we will protect them and they would not get invaded if they would denuclearize, which they gave up all their nukes. We can talk about the stupid crap that Biden came out to say. And number one, the dumbest thing that Biden said to the whole transition and this whole pre-invasion was there would not be any American troops on the ground in Ukraine. That gave Putin the go-ahead to invade them because he knew that America was not coming to Ukraine's defense when it comes to combat. We understood that we did not want to get our sons and daughters and brothers and sisters involved in another war. We understood that. But you don't say that. The issue that I have with this administration, they're talking too much when it comes to the media and what they're doing. But they're not talking as much about everything else that is affecting us. They're talking about all the steps they are making and all the steps they are taking in order to assist Ukraine. We hear that. You know who else hears that? Russia hears that. But they're not talking about, okay, let's release some gas out of the reserve in order to take the gas prices down. Because you mark my words, if something doesn't happen within the next week, gas is going to be over $5 in most states. Right now, gas is at $4.39 and $4.89 here in Atlanta. The beginning of 2020, gas was at $2.45. And then for the Biden administration to come and say that this is Putin's issue about the gas, it is not, because gas started to go up before Russia invaded the Ukrainian country and Ukrainian people. Well, invaded Ukraine. Yeah. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about America being in a place that we are energy efficient and dependent on us, not depending on foreign adversaries. Because if we were drilling oil from here, once everything popped off over in Ukraine, we would never been affected by the prices of barrels of oil going up on the market. Why? Because we are self-sufficient and we are making our own oil. And then the administration don't want to drill because they want to go through this green initiative. You have people out of the administration and senators and representatives coming and say, hey, it's a good thing that gas is going up because they're going to think twice about buying F-150s. And they're going to go get them a Tesla, or they're going to go get them an electric car. Then we are still depending on Russia. Why? Because certain aspects, I think it's the nickel that we need in order to do electric vehicles. We cannot cultivated here because the government has put a halt on that. So where do we get that from? We get that from Russia. So I don't care what side of the aisle you fall on. If you fall on drill, baby, drill, or stop drilling, go green. Either or, we are still depending on Russia. And now Russia is going around killing innocent people, killing children. And the administration has to now decide, do I lose politically by raising gas prices, or do I stop buying anything from Russia and allow them to get their resources to dry up? And sadly, they chose their politics. We are almost 2 weeks into this thing before they stop accepting anything from Russia. That's after Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and all these people stop their cars from working in Russia. That's after McDonald's pulled the Big Mac. All these companies pulled their resources from Russia while the American government was still putting money into Russia, still funding the invasion of Ukraine. I don't give a damn if it was $1 or $1 billion, because then the administration and some people who support the administration want to come and say, oh, we did not even spend that much money. I mean, we did not even buy that much resource from Russia, but we bought something. So we're still allowing them to have the resources to invade another country. So all this plays a part, you guys. And we did not learn anything when it came to the pandemic and how our shelves had a shortage before the truck drivers shortage. Why? Because we couldn't get anything in because everything was coming from China. We have to stop relying on adversaries for the goods and medicine and the resources that we need as a country. China is not our friend. Russia is not our friend. North Korea is not our friend. The Saudis are not our friends. Venezuela is not our friends. Do you know right now, Iran is not our friend, but do you know right now, the Biden administration is sitting at a table with Iran and Russia, trying to cultivate a deal to get us back into a similar Iran deal? Listen to how stupid and bizarre that is. That our diplomats are sitting at the table with another sorry piece of called a diplomat from Russia to try to come up with a deal with Iran. This is the America that we live in, guys. Because we allow the media to dictate who we voted for. Because there's no way Joe Biden should have won the Democratic nominee for president. You had so many other people that could have run that race. You had so many of them that didn't even get into the race because Joe Biden was in the race. And now we are dealing with a foreign policy that is nothing but some bullshit. I did not curse. I took the eye out. Okay? But some bullshit. So why do I say that this is World War III in the making? Because this is how it starts, guys. It starts with an evil son of a like Putin going in and slaughtering innocent people to the point that the world have to get involved to shut it down. So when will we shut it down? Will we wait until 100,000 kids die? The president of Ukraine said this. He said, what is the red line, America? NATO, EU, what is the red line? Let us know how long we have to wait. Do we have to wait until Russia destroys the whole country? Do we have to wait until Russia kills innocent kids? Do we have to wait until Russia start gunning down people in the streets? What is the red line? Let us know when you will send help. I understand that NATO nor the American people or the American government really want to entertain the idea of a no-fly zone. Why? Because if we implement a no-fly zone, we have to defend that to the T. We have to. That means if a Russian plane come into our no-fly zone, we have to first try to escort them out. If they do not go out, we have to shoot them down. Once we shoot them down, then we are at war with Russia. So I understand that. But where are the weapons? The weapons that was promised. These people are crying out, saying, listen, I don't need you to come save us. Just give us what you promised us. We will do the rest. You have 14 and 15-year-olds out in the streets fighting against the Russians. Why? Because they understand this is life and death. But then you have the Russians on Tinder. Yeah, the Russians are on Tinder, and the Ukrainians are luring them for a meetup and a hookup and capturing them. Why? Because they don't know what the hell they out there fighting for. They were told back home that you're going to Ukraine to trade. Why? Because we're dealing with the evil son of a... We're dealing with a sorry excuse for a human life. My thoughts, kill him. He's already a war criminal. Bomb the hell out of him. Name me one country besides Russia or Iran or Saudi Arabia, the people that we don't give a damn about anyway. Name me one country that really going to come after a country for taking out Putin. Now, I get we cannot do that. I get that, guys. But I'm just talking and speaking what most people are thinking. Why are we sitting on the sideline allowing this to happen? And then people say, well, that has nothing to do with us. That's a lie. You see it has something to do with us. That's why you're paying $4, $5, $6 per gallon right now. Whether you like it or not, we are already involved in the war. 26 or 29 companies have already had an attempt attack on them by the Russia cyber war. Russia is coming for anybody they feel that it's a threat. They invaded Ukraine. Now the president of Ukraine is saying, listen, we will tell Russia, we won't join NATO. Because that was one of their biggest things. Russia did not want a NATO country on their border. Because they felt that that's going to be a threat to their existence. So he didn't want a NATO country on its border. So what happened? He invaded. Why the NATO sat by and allowed this to go on when NATO knew they were never going to allow Ukraine into the alliance. They were never going to allow it. But yet and still, for money, they allowed Russia to think this. So therefore, Russia invades Ukraine. If they are successful, they're going to have NATO countries on their border. So what's next? Putin is not going to stop until he gets back the old Soviet Union. So how long are we going to go? How long are we going to do this? Dance with him until we take him out? Is the question. Until we take him out. How long are we going to do it? We have to take a stance. And either we're going to stand for democracy and we're going to stand for the Ukrainian people to be able to live with freedom, or we're going to stand with Putin and just allow him. They used to say this all the time. Silence, give consent. So what are we going to do? Now we have Kamala Harris over there in Poland for what I don't know. I have no earthly idea what this lady is going to do. Because Putin is not going to listen to reasoning. Kamala cannot bring the people together. Joe Biden cannot bring the people together. Why? Because right now Ukraine hates America because they feel as if America has lied to them, which we have. Now innocent people are dead because we're dragging our feet because we're scared of Putin. That's the America we live in. I would not be surprised before I come back next week to talk to you guys if Putin has successfully attacked one of our major companies via cyber. I won't be surprised at all. I won't be surprised at all that if Putin have accidentally fired into a NATO country. But we're going to watch and we're going to see. We're going to watch and we're going to see. What do y'all think should happen? Should we just sit by? Or should we actually go and do something? I don't know, guys. I don't know. But that's my 30 minutes. Thank you guys so much for joining in tonight. I hope you will comment and let me know what you guys think. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel at I am Micah-Jamal. You can follow me on all social media, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at I am Micah-Jamal. You can support the cause, Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, all at I am Micah-Jamal. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Be safe, be easy, and please, please pray for the people of Ukraine. One more thing I forgot. It's a theory that's floating around that the president of Ukraine is bombing his own people in order to get America involved into a war. Stupid bull. Have a good night.